Hello, everybody. We are back. We are back. Today, we are having a special show, which is a tribute to the legend Pele, the man who has a very good history with our country, South Africa, and then a legend, the greatest player of all time. My name is the Sobri Boys Wali Fatsi from TBR Solutions Sports Forum, and this is a TBR Solutions Sports Forum. Pele, we know, well, unfortunately, I never saw Pele playing, all right. But I heard about him, we could see clips about him. The only memory that I remember about Pele was he was a friend of Jomo Sono, who happened to be my hero. And then I know when Jomo went to New York Cosmos, I was already clever. I could see what happened. And then they played together. And then I was lucky to witness Jomo Sono watch all the number of games. When Jomo left in South Africa, he was a good player by then, very exciting player. And if I give you a bit of history, how I supported Pirates because of Jomo. A friend of mine told me about Jomo, introduced me to Jomo Sono. He said, there's this young man called Jomo Sono, so great. So I started following ever since. I've been following Jomo. Kaizer Motaung, I never saw him play, but I listened to the commentary when I was young, and then I think it was in his twilight he was about to retire. I think it was a year before he retires, if not 2 years before he retires. That's the glimpse that I can remember about Kaizer Motaung. I'm told he was a great player and so on. But like I said, Jomo, I knew. Then Jomo went to New York Cosmos. I was following what was happening with Jomo Sono. And then as a dribbler and whatever you call it. But I know that he supported Pele very much. He has always said his hero was Pele, and then they developed a friendship. And then when he came back from that part of the world, we saw a different Jomo. Jomo had now some other skills that he didn't have. He was a dribbler, but this time now, Jomo was specializing with free kicks, banana kicks, and so on. I think, I don't know how true is this, Pele is the one who invented the banana kicks and so on. So Jomo was like that. And I know that Pele used to hold Jomo Sono in high regard. So this is the legend, Pele, that I would like to talk about today and share his history. He was born in 1940, died in 2022. He was 82 years old. Pele has broken so many records, and some of the records, I don't know whether they'll be able to break them. For instance, Pele has won. This one comes out clearly to my mind. Pele won 3 World Cup, as you can see there. No one else has done this. And I wonder who's gonna, I'm not sure who's gonna win this and break this record. I'm a Messi fan. I think Messi is the best player, the greatest player of ever. But I think Messi will never break this. Messi's already in his twilight years. He may retire soon. Okay, maybe he may get the second one or so. But three, only Mbappe, I think, still a chance as far as I'm concerned. I don't want to say Haaland because Haaland, the team that he's playing with in terms of his country is not that strong. So as a result, it makes it very difficult for me, to say Haaland will be the next big thing. I think Pele, and then remember, number 10 was not a famous jersey, but Pele made it a famous number. And Jomo started wearing number 10. And then after some years, we saw Maradona wearing number 10. It was Jomo Sono number 10. All these great players were wearing number 10, Ronaldinho. And number 10 became the best number. And then you also had people like Messi now wearing number 10 at Barcelona. And then Neymar now is wearing number 10 at both PSG and the country. So that's what we know about Pele, that he was this great star, and I said earlier on, Pele has a major history with our country, which I want to share with you so that you understand where we come from with um, Pele. Um, so that you see where we come from with Pele. We come a long way, not only Jomo Sone, even Kaizer Motaung had an opportunity of meeting Pele while he was still at Atlanta Chiefs in the United States. Here is Jomo with Pele. And then these are the pictures that I used to look at when I was young. This is Jomo at his early age when he was still very young. And then, so I think Pele was really one of the greatest things that we have ever seen in our football. Not only that, I think even Mr. Kaizer Motaung had an opportunity of meeting Pele. Not only that, our own Nelson Mandela met Pele. Not only Nelson Mandela, our own Robert Marawa also met Pele. So this is why I say we have a history with the Brazilians. And then the story as it goes, they say, I think if I am quite correct, I got that story, I think one of the interviews by Jomo Sono. He said, Pele is the guy who mooted the idea that World Cup, after he met Madiba, should come to South Africa. I think together with Jomo Sono, they start crafting that idea that World Cup should come to South Africa. And then, as we know now, that finally the World Cup came to our shores. Yes, Pele with Madiba, and then the rest is history. So we have that history with the Brazilians, and then we know that Brazil has come here many times on our shores, and then here's Robert Marawa again with Pele. Hence, I say we have a long history with Pele. So Pele is like one of our own, and then he is here with Kaizer Motaung. So Kaizer, while he was still very young, while Kaizer was playing for Atlanta Chiefs, while Pele was playing for New York Cosmos. So that's the history that we have with Pele. The man has been so great, and then now we know that he had wished that Neymar could win this World Cup as as a way of giving him a present, but unfortunately, that could not happen. But Pele has been so impactful. He has not been playing for a very long time, but he has been ambassador for football. He was so powerful, man. His image has always been there with us, man. And then he would be seen going all over the country. I mean, all over the world, promoting football, promoting World Cup. That's how huge Pele is. So, yeah, we will see and then we know that he met so many players. I mean, even young stars who never saw Pele, who just heard about Pele. They know. I saw Kylian Mbappe talking about Pele and say, you know what, this man has an influence. As you can see there is Pele with Messi, there is Pele with Ronaldo, there is Pele with Kylian Mbappe. Kylian Mbappe said, you know what, we knew about this man, and then he was a phenomenon. And then, here is Pele with Neymar, while Neymar was still young. Well, at some point, I know he was very critical about Neymar. He was worried about showboating. One nice story that I remember, Jomo Sono said when he was in New York, because he was from Africa, South Africa, and he saw things happening there. And then there were pimps and stuff like. Remember, Jomo came here having pimped. Then he bought clothes and all that. trying to be shiny. And Pele called him aside, saying, "You know what? You need to change this attitude. Don't focus on today. You need to invest. You need to build a legacy for yourself rather than spending money on things that are not necessary." Then Jomo changed his perception. So until today, now we know that Jomo Sono is one of those businessmen who's really, really, doing well in terms of business. And then, yeah, so thanks to Pele for being very influential on a person like Pele, like Jomo. Not only that, as I said, he has been very critical of Neymar, but I don't think it was a critic, but he wanted Neymar to play a very positive football. So, that is why probably he was trying to be, very critical and say, look, this is how you should posture yourself as far as football is concerned. So, yeah, I always talk about numbers. I always say, let's look at the numbers. Let me share the numbers of Pele so that you can see. Now, career attacking output on top is Pele. When you see in terms of ratio is 1:2, 1.41, Pele on top, followed by Lionel Messi 1.25, and then Johan Cruyff 1.09, Gerd Müller. So the list is endless. You've got Neymar there. You've got Di Stefano, all great players. So these are the numbers that, Pele, dealt with to show that the man was great. As I've already said, that those are let me share another statistics because numbers don't lie. Let's look here. These are the goals, the games against European team. Remember, Pele played he played not most of his time. He played the larger part of his career in Brazil for Santos. He came out of retirement, I think that was in 1975, to come and play for New York Cosmos to help the Americans to build soccer, and then when he came there, the crowd, it was always full house because of his presence. But these are the goals that he scored against the European teams: 41 goals in 38 games against Italian teams, 30 goals in 9 games versus Portuguese teams, 9 goals in 14 games against Spanish, 29 goals in 19 games against, the German teams, 8 goals in 8 games against the English teams, 11 goals in 9 goals against the French teams, 32 goals in 32 games versus others. I mean, look at this. This man scored 144 goals, having played only 130 games. This is really, really amazing and crazy. The crazy stuff. So that's how good this person is, Pele. He was a very brilliant player, and I'm sure, yeah. And then we have lost as a country, we have lost as a world. The Brazilian, they've lost. I know who's this. I think it was Neymar who said, Brazilians are known for their football, and thanks to Pele. And at some point, I think I was doing a show. I showed the number of Brazilians who are playing abroad. They have more than 100 and I think 40,000 players who are playing abroad, the Brazilians. So Pele was not a fluke. He was a phenomenon. He was something to be respected. And then, yeah, he has left a mark. Remember, he was given the footballer of the century. That's what he was given. Not only that, and then I think he has won another title, one of the major titles. That's how great he was. I mean, to become a footballer of the century, that's a big thing. I hope people you enjoyed, and then we will celebrate Pele's life rather than mourning. He gave us a great, you know, and then we really appreciate. And then thanks the Brazilians for sharing Pele with us. And then we say thank you. Hello, everybody. My name is the Sobre Boys Wanafatsi from a TBR Solution. TBR Solution is a financial company that helps people to be financially savvy. I'm sure these days you are aware that prices are very up in terms of petrol, in terms of goods and services. Prices are very, very high. Now, these days, we are on a campaign to help those members of GPF or government employees, especially if you are 55 years old or above and you are contemplating to resign or go on pension in 3 months' time, give us a call or drop us a WhatsApp, then we'll call you back so that we help you to get your money expeditiously, as compared to sometimes people get their money after a long time. We will then transfer your money from GPF to Allen Gray, whom we have a relationship with. And the good news is, once the money has been transferred, you will choose how much you want to earn. If you happen to pass on, your spouse will also get the same amount. Then if it happens that both of you passes on, you would have appointed or selected beneficiaries. It could either be your children or anyone else. And there's nothing like age limit that they must be 22 or below. Even if they're above 22, they'll be able to get the inheritance from you. So that's how flexible it is. And then I know that sometimes people they worry about medical aid and all that. We also have with other partners who assist you to get a medical aid. So if you want to learn more and get more information pertaining to that, just drop us a WhatsApp. We'll therefore come back to you. I thank you.